Question. What is one trend, challenge, or issue that you're watching closely in 2017 and beyond?
The truth of the panelist is it's like church or school. The last person up is in the first position. So if you ever serve as a panelist, get up here first or you're not in the first position. That helps. So I guess the trend is, technology has always been in real estate. But now with the uptick and people spending more money on real estate, technology is really changing from retail, industrial, and even office. Technology is really changing. It's finally got there. The retail corporations are forced to put it in their stores, forced to do e-commerce. So the technology is, the spend in commercial real estate is really there. It's now to the point where a lot of the technology exceeds, exceeds the rent, exceeds a lot of the other, and it's number two instead of being number one being personnel, number two is coming to technology. And we're seeing that, and home builders are forced to put in their homes, industrial, office, and retail. So that's really, so we're going to continue to have to adapt, and technology is going to kind of be the leader of and the demand for commercial real estate, and really change the market. So our product types are going to have to continue to change to keep up with technology. And as we all know, technology moves very, very fast, and bricks and mortars don't always move fast. They move fast, but they don't always move fast.
Rick?
Well, it's a trend we see called experiential living. So people really want to experience more than just living in the home, their neighborhood, and they want it to feel like a community. One of the resurgence of downtown is that people want to be able to walk to restaurants, to bars, to cultural events. You're seeing it in other parts of the country that the suburbs are also trying to mimic downtowns. We tried that a little bit here in Des Moines, but I think we're going to see even more of that. So as I go across the country, seeing home sales centers now having coffee shops and bars in them. You're seeing them develop areas so that food trucks can come up to residential neighborhoods. We're just starting to get food trucks to go to office buildings. Saw one of those in front of our office this week. So it's kind of a trend that's happening. So I think you're going to see more integration of commercial into residential, which is going to put pressure on our cities in their zoning to figure out how to do that, how to address it, because they all like sticking the houses out here and the commercial over here. And the people are saying, no, we kind of want it together. I want to be able to walk to a restaurant, I want to walk retail, etc. So we're gonna see an evolution of that. That's a trend I see happening.
I just want to say congratulations to Richard, well deserved.
He's not a client, is he?
So, bankers, by nature are rather risk averse. We look 2 and 3 steps down the road as to what's going to go wrong next. And so I always want to qualify whatever I'm going to say to the national trends that we get inundated with, and our regulators and our credit approvers get to look at. We're a little bit insulated in Des Moines. I mean, we've enjoyed a market that doesn't tend to overbuild dramatically. Doesn't it's kind of like that middle of the room on a cruise ship where the bow and the stern get tossed around, but we kind of stay in that safer access. So Des Moines, I guess retail is a large part of our portfolio, and we spend a whole lot of time looking at the trends. And we've been successful with refilling new-to-market retailers coming into Des Moines, but just like in housing or in office, or especially student housing, retail's becoming all about entertainment and experience. And so can we repurpose and reuse our existing retail space? And there's quite a few new retailers looking at Des Moines now finally. So that's really, I think, the trend that we're paying attention to, and the concerns about the number of store closings nationwide has got the attention of really regulators, where we had 10 national retailers shut 1,200 stores last year, and now by April we've got 23 retailers looking at shutting down 3,400 stores. So the number is growing dramatically, and I guess repositioning of that retail is one trend and focus I'm
Matt?
Thank you, Chris. Aside from the massive trend of residential towers on Walnut Street, the other I'm gonna kind of add on to Rick's comments and Rick's comments about experiential development in the home buying sector. It goes into office and as Jenny said, retail and hotel and other segments too. particularly as the market starts to plateau in Des Moines, and you're not just adding inventory for the sake of adding inventory. When I look at office development, when you think of the hundreds of millions of dollars the principal is spending on their campus right now, and they're not adding a single square foot, that's an experiential development. So they're trying to create an experience for their existing and future office workers that makes them choose principal over Nationwide or John Deere Credit or any of the other insurance companies in town. How do you set yourself apart? The same is true in hotel development. We're adding about 1,000 hotel rooms in downtown. The suburbs are still booming with hotel rooms. So how do you make your hotel stand out? The run-of-the-mill Courtyard or Holiday Inn Express, there's certainly a market for that, but I think Mike Whalen's hotel, AC Hotel in the East Village, is an example of that, driving that experience. The lobby bar isn't enough anymore. It's got, he put in the rooftop bar called the Republic. Many of you probably been there, and if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. It takes the game to the next level in competition and the experience that people are looking for.
Chris?
All right, thank you, Chris. It's great to see a lot of our partners, customers, consultants, and even Tim Nugent, who's in his own group. The issue that we're kind of really focused on for 2017 is what's going to happen to federal income tax reform. There's been a lot of different balloons floated that would have, we think, a fairly significant impact on real estate, not only values, but how real estate is funded. One of the ideas being floated is either the elimination or rollback of Section 1031 exchanges. I think a lot of us in this room could easily understand how reducing the effectiveness of tax-free exchanges would really impact values in commercial real estate. And the other balloon that's been floated is the elimination of the mortgage interest deduction. Now, having a president who has a real estate background, you hope the special interests that are affected through real estate will have a bigger say in what happens with reform, but this current Congress and presidency, it's really tough to try to look forward and get a good prediction of what's going to happen. So we see any major changes in the tax reform could have a pretty substantial impact on the value of our portfolio.